to the pod with your man Big Pop. Anything you want, we yap about. Say it with your chest and say it loud. Anything that's hot, we yap about. Welcome to the pod with your man Big Pop. Anything you want, we yap about.
Welcome back, everybody. Thankful and blessed to be here with you in front of my fans, in front of my supporters, in front of my followers. Thank you guys for sticking with me. It's been a long time, but we have life to deal with. Life is lifing. I've been down with the illness for a while now, since January. I'm just thankful and blessed to be back and to bring you the content that you love, talking about these New Orleans Saints. So without further ado, let's get into this 2026 New Orleans Saints schedule, and let's see how we make out with that, right? So first off, we start with Detroit on the road. I think that's a tough game. Um, Detroit is a good team. They're trying to get back to the playoffs. We're trying to get to where they are. So I think that's a good test to start the season. Offensive line, running game, I think that'll be a big factor. If we can stop Detroit's running game, I think that's going to be the biggest factor. And then we move on to Baltimore. Baltimore is not the same team, different coach, different offensive and defensive philosophy. Well, offense anyway. I think the defensive coordinator came from Jim Harbaugh's lineage. So, but I think that'll be a good game. Uh, then we go to the Raiders. Um, kind of a mirror image of what we're doing. New coach, new quarterback. Kirk Cousins may play though, but I think that'll be a litmus test for the Raiders and for us to see where we are. So then we go to Atlanta, or we have Atlanta at home, which is the anniversary of the reopening of the dome. Atlanta is scared, of course. They didn't want to play us in that spot, but it's on Monday Night Football. Glad to be back on Monday Night Football. So I think that'll be a great game. Great game. We need to get our tickets for that. Then we have Minnesota at home. Kyler Murray, new quarterback. Still got Jay Jettas as a receiver. So that's gonna be a good test. Gladly we have them at home. Then on the road to New York. We played them last year. I don't think it'll be the same team. I think they'll be a little bit more confident in what they're doing. So that should be a good test as well. Then it's off to Paris for a de facto home game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of connections there, a lot of uh, French connections there with the Saints and the city of Paris. So that should be pretty dope. That should be pretty dope. First NFL game in Paris. That should be pretty dope. Then we go on a bye week. I like that. I like the bye week being right in the middle of the season. Uh, you know, hopefully we're not too injured. Hopefully we can um, come out the bye and be healthy and be ready for the next game, which is Cleveland. Um, Cleveland has a pretty good defense. Don't know who their quarterback is going to be, so we'll see. That's a stiff defense. That should be a good test. Carolina, yeah. As long as they have Bryce Young at quarterback, I think we're good. Um, then on to Chicago. Now, this is where for me it gets really tough. Uh, Chicago, cold weather city, November. Um, Tough team on the rise. Good quarterback, good running game, good receivers, good defense. Coached by Dennis Allen. He always is going to have a grudge against us. So we'll see. We'll see. Cincinnati, uh, the mighty Joe Burrow, um, doing his thing out there. You know, uh, we want to be able to beat this team, but hopefully Joe is able to play and he's ready to go and not injured, and that should make it a really good game. Then Green Bay. Green Bay is always a tough uh, a tough play. Good quarterback, good running game, stifling defense, and we have them at home. So hopefully we can turn the tides on that one. Then we have Carolina again. I think it'll be, on the road. So I think that'll be a pretty tough game. They always play well at home against us. We have Tampa Bay on the road. Always a good game. Always a good game on the road at Tampa. So we'll play them well. Then Arizona, probably the worst team in the league. But they have Jeremiah Love. And if we can't stop the run, we're going to be in for a long day. Atlanta again. And this one is on the road. So, it's like a home game for us. Let's show up and show out, right? Then we finished final game against Tampa Bay at home, close out the dome in style, right? So this is what I'm thinking. Um, I see us going uh, with 11 wins, 10 or 11 wins, and I'll get into that. But I think Detroit is a loss. Baltimore is a loss. I think we get our first win at home against the Raiders. We go on kind of a streak here. So we win against Atlanta. We win against Minnesota. We win on the road in New York. We win at home in Paris. Then we have the bye week. Then we win with Cleveland. We win with Carolina. We lose to the Bears. We lose to the Bengals. Two back-to-back cold weather games. I don't like that. Green Bay at home. We lose to them. We win on the road in Carolina. We lose at Tampa Bay. We win at home against Arizona. We win on the road against Atlanta, and we win at home against Tampa Bay. So, like I said, 10 wins, 11 wins. I think the variable is Minnesota, depending on how Kyler Murray is playing. Um, I think they are a quarterback away from being a complete team. So I think that's the variable right there. Maybe between Minnesota and Cincinnati, depending on is Joe Burrow available? Is Jamar Chase available? Because their defense is, they made some improvements, but they're still not. They're still going to be probably mid to bottom of the league. So, um, yeah, I think I think we'll win the division. I think we'll make it, into the playoffs, and I think that we'll have a good season. Now, uh, do we lose in the first round? Um, who knows? Depending on our opponent, but at least it'll be at home. So, I think it'll be. I think the dome will be fired up. And I think this year is the year we get back that dome field advantage. Um, we had that, years ago with Drew and Colston and all of those boys. Where people were scared to come to the dome. Teams were frightened to come to the dome, terrified. We need to get that back. If we get that back and we can pull out, maybe a surprise win here or there, then I think that we'll have a great season, and I think that we'll be hard to beat. You know, I didn't get a chance to go over free agency with you guys. I'll probably do that in a separate episode. Might give you my thoughts on that. I did post a couple of videos on the draft. I gave you my thoughts on that. I think overall the off-season grade would have been an A minus, B plus. I would have liked to have seen them address cornerback maybe in free agency. The start of free agency. Um, Maybe edge rusher as well, which they did, by trading for Tyree Wilson. But we'll see if we can uh, get him to where he was drafted, to the spot that he was drafted, get some production out of him. I mean, which he produced, with the Raiders and everything, but it wasn't in accordance with the slot that he was drafted. So we'll see. We'll see. There's still an offer on the table for Cam Jordan. Um, hopefully, we can bring Cam back. If not, you know, for his production, then just for his mentorship. But he should be in the rotation, getting snaps, and I think that he'll sign. I don't see Cam uh, leaving um, just to get a few more dollars. He's chasing the sack record, or he's chasing Hall of Fame status with the sacks. So we'll see. I don't think he'll have a better opportunity than with us, right? And he's a lifer, man. He's who that for life. So, let's keep it that way. It's good to have the greats, retire, leave their career, go out the way they want to with your team, with the one team that they've played with, right? So, but again, I'm blessed. I'm very thankful. You know, um, it's been a long journey, uh, and for the people that have stuck with me, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you all. Um, but there's more to come. We not giving up. Don't stop. I haven't had enough yet. Don't stop till we get enough. So, like I said before all the illness and everything, um, we're gonna branch out. We're gonna, probably do some movie reviews, some music reviews. I listened to Drake, and we'll talk about that. I saw the Michael Jackson movie. Awesome, awesome experience. I took my mother for Mother's Day, and my mother's 81, and she was singing along and having a good time. And it was just a joyous moment. I'm blessed to be here, and I'm blessed to have all of these moments and share these moments with all of you. So uh, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll see you on the next episode, Lanyard Podcast. It's your man Big Pop signing out. Peace.